Do a dance, do a dance, do a dance like a contagion.
Twit is...
Does anyone know?
Lafiosa.
Several amounts of sexy.
Evolving.
Fun, goofy.
Twit is Cece's improv group, and the word Twit is an acronym for Theater Workshop Improv Troupe.
What does Twit do?
I need your help with shoes. That's just not right.
I say, fine morning to have a tooth removed.
These people keep eating my children.
I just love coming to the pool with you, Agnes. Oh, me too, Harold. It's making our bones stronger.
I have glorious flippers.
We have a show every block at 9 o'clock on the last Monday of the block.
It's fun to do a show at the end of the block because it's a chance to take everything we practiced in the block and show it off to everyone and like get to be in front of an audience, which is nice because there's a special energy when the audience is there that isn't there when we're just practicing alone.
The audience is really important in an improv show because otherwise you're not doing anything, you know, you're doing a rehearsal.
Audience is like the most important part. Why we come to Twit, that's why we rehearse. It keeps you refreshed, and it is that improv with an audience because you don't always get the proper reactions or kind of have a guide unless you have people watching you.
Improvisational theater is without a script in the sense that nothing's written out, none of our actions are planned, but we have an idea of what good improv is.
It's about being, like creating scenes and stuff like that and letting them come organically rather than having them written. So the entire point is to do all the things that like acting has you do, but with it coming from your brain. I guess, you know, it's improvisational. Everything is out of nowhere. It seems to come out of thin air, but it comes out of like what you know.
I think it's a higher form of acting. I don't really enjoy going through scripts and going through things over and over again as much as I enjoy something very fresh, unrehearsed, and raw. I think improv is a lot rawer than a lot of scripted acting.
You're the worst child ever. You're not my favorite.
You will smell of nothing but buttercream and lavender for the rest of your life.
I don't fucking have an alcohol problem.
So when you're doing improv, really there's nothing established when you walk into the scene. So you have the fundamentals being things that you try to make fundamental in your everyday life, like listening.
One of the foundational rules of improv is, we call it yes and basically what that means is that you don't want to, you know, be too stubborn with what you think a scene is going to go like. You just kind of got to roll with what other people giving you, and a lot of the times it ends up being better than what you thought it was to begin with.
It's hard for me to pin down exactly if I think someone did a really good job in a scene, exactly why. But I think commitment to character is like one of the biggest reasons that someone seems good, is that they don't break character at all. They don't, whatever they create at the beginning, they'll stick with it or heighten it.
I don't think there are any rules in front of it. It's surprising. It seems to me if you just work your imagination enough to where things start spilling out, and that's how it works.
The final test of good improv is whether or not you entertain an audience, whether or not people get it, whether or not they enjoy it.
Being a pizza guy is so awful. I just want to try being a chef for once.
All I see is mountains and I don't know where I am. All I see is mountains and I don't know where I am.
Twit rehearses 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays.
There's definitely a practice that goes into improv.
We start off with some warm-ups. You warm up 2 parts of your body, the brain connecting with the mouth, and then your whole body, so you can improv with both of them.
We have a lot of fun games, and we try to keep our improv muscle, you know, nice and flexible, so we can use it on the daily.
Now we're gonna kick it like play. Touch watching Jason. Now we're gonna kick it like Tim. You act like a lion with a great big bang. Now we're gonna kick it like bang.
It like sets you up to like do different things with improv. You can definitely do improv just entirely without any rules. You know, you can just put two people on stage and have them interact and like let something grow, but it's usually harder. So like rules kind of set you up to go in more places and maybe better places, but it's more like game to game.
The way I practice for Twit is just getting a lot of energy, just try to get really pumped up before a show.
The main thing that Twit does to prepare for a show is just plays games. We run the games, we have a good idea of what's going to happen, and we try to make it as professional as possible.
The goal of the game is for this improviser to communicate to the next improviser what his location, occupation, and weapon are.
This next game is called God vs. Devil.
Okay, and the other rule of this game is that they can only speak in gibberish. Okay, so this character is Santa, and they have this weird...
With Tourette's.
Yeah, they have this weird...
It's exciting, maybe not as tense as people might think. It's sort of you do so much improv, unstructured improv in practice and stuff like that. Doing a show with games and boundaries and rules seems easy by comparison to me.
Preparing for a show, every block is a little stressful. At the end of a good show, Monday of, like that final study time is a great feeling.
To know that all that crazy stuff that you've done all block and all that time and rehearsal is for something at the end,
It's about 30 minutes before the show is going to start.
I'm extraordinarily pumped for the show.
Great adjective.
We just warmed up. It was great. We ran through the whole show, and I'm looking forward to whatever happens. It's impossible to know.
Yeah. I hope you have a fairly large audience, and I hope they're involved.
I hope they're loud.
Participating. I hope they're shouting stuff out.
I hope they take their clothes off.
Me too.
Or if possible.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I want to have fun. That's my goal. Have so much fun.
It's like, I think going with your heart. That's what my goal is for the show.
Oh! What was that? 30 minutes of the show, something just broke. It's okay. It's hard to see back here. This happens a lot.
Twit is my heart and soul and everything that keeps me sane.
It makes me feel like I shouldn't take life so seriously all the time.
Twit is my something.
I still like to pretend, like when you were a kid, I still like to do that, and it still gives me that same feeling inside.
Improv's really funny. So good. Like the perfect de-stressor I needed.
Twit, I know it doesn't make any sense to keep doing what you're doing, but if it makes you happy, why stop?
Boom! I'm Bryce, and I'm a member of Twit.
I am Trevor Johnson, and I am a member of Twit.
My name's Anna Sarah, and I'm a member of Twit.
My name is Mo Gates, and I'm a member of Twit.
My name is Shay Hurley-Yabba, member of Twit.
I am Joey Holbrook, and I'm a member of Twit.
I'm Paul, and I'm a member of Twit.
I'm Jake Sullivan, and I'm a member of Twit.
My name's Will Rudolph, and I'm a member of Twit.
I'm Moraya Owens. I love Twit.
How much time is